For more on this, let's bring in former Manhattan prosecutor Jeremy Saland. Jeremy, based on what you've read in the indictment, do you feel Fani Willis, the DA here, has a strong legal basis for Rico charges?
Absolutely. And people should not conflate Rico solely with a mafia-related prosecution or charge. What DA Willis did is she laid out these overt acts that not everyone was involved in, but I think there was roughly 160 of them, and setting forth that there was a common scheme or objective of this organization, and we'll use the term criminal enterprise, to basically obstruct that ultimately the 2020 election results and prevent them from being certified. They had a common scheme and plan, and there was sort of a structure to this organization with obviously President Trump and his 13 charges being at top.
All right, now here's the question, Jeremy, that I feel a lot of people have been wondering since the other night. DA Willis says she wants to try this case within the next 6 months. But I mean, come on, is that actually realistic, especially with all the other Trump cases happening?
Even setting aside that, your statement is actually absolutely a fair one. And even setting aside those other cases, 6 months is extremely aggressive. Let's just think for a moment here. You have 19 defendants, 19 people who are going to have possibly a motion to dismiss, possibly a motion to sever, because not all of them are going to want to be tried together. Removal possibly to federal court for some of the defendants. So there's so many moving pieces. But even if you got through that in a very efficient manner, you would still have jury selection, which could take months. It's unrealistic and very aggressive to say this will happen in 6 months or before the election.
Yeah, you say 19 moving pieces. That means 19 variables as well. All right, one of Trump's co-defendants in the Georgia case is Mark Meadows. He's now trying to get his case moved from state to federal court. Jeremy, can you explain what's the strategy behind that, and do you think he'll be successful here?
So the strategy is he wants to get into federal court for a few reasons. But number one, his argument is that the state shouldn't even be prosecuting this in the first place, that he was acting in his official capacity and under the color of law, and that ultimately, if he can move it to federal court, that there is a better jury pool too. Should he have to get to that point, it's not going to solely be out of Fulton County, which may be more blue for him. It'll be in federal court, which will be a farther and greater jury pool that will include people of all different shades of red and blue. So it's absolutely favorable to him to say this should not be prosecuted. It should be dismissed as a matter of law. But if it does have to go forward, it should be in federal court.
All right. Well, Jeremy, I know you were a former Manhattan prosecutor, but put this hat on for a moment. If you were part of Trump's legal team, where would you even begin with a defense strategy?
Well, one of the things he could look at is the supremacy clause. He could say, listen, I can't be indicted in the first place. I'm the president or former president of the United States. I was acting in a manner consistent with my role as president of the United States and furthering my objective and goals as a president. The problem is, for that defense, you're assuming that he is doing things that he should be doing as president. And we know that a president's job is not to certify an election, to tabulate and count the number of votes, to challenge electoral college. So he's doing things well beyond. Certainly, if true and you believe the indictment and it's proven beyond a reasonable doubt, it's also not accurate to say it's a president's role to intervene and get involved in the election itself, as he did to perpetrate this supposed fraud. So there's a major problem with that defense. Well, with the First Amendment, it seems to be sort of clear that anyone can say what they want. That's one of your rights. But that's not true either. The First Amendment does have limits, and it can't be the core criminal conduct. Just like, for example, you can't yell fire in a crowded theater. Certainly that's not the same here, but you can't use those words along with actions that are part of a criminal action or criminal transaction. So he's going to have some very serious difficulties.
Jeremy, thank you very much for breaking that down for us this morning. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.